in the midst of the youth, and I've seen the greatest deception in the midst of the youth. I've seen capital tongues with drama. It looks like you don't like the message. It makes you more silent. But please rise up on your feet. Let's go to the book of Psalms 27. There is only one thing that happened to Abraham here, and I'm going to show you that one thing. It says, I have asked the Lord for what? What is the one thing? If you check another version, it says, this one thing have I desire. That I what? Seek after, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to behold what? The beauty of the Lord, and to... So the problem of Abraham is that he's the one that brought his own inquiry to God and present it as the inquiry of God. Just like many of you are presenting your own. Lord, if I don't marry in 2027, I am done. Even God is done too. You don't understand. I am what? I am done. After all this, I've done everything. Okay, you have not done anything. Because all the things you are doing, if we have to score it based on your heart posture, it is still a zero. God is still trying to calibrate your heart to a place where the incense that comes from there will be pure. How many of you want that glorious inheritance? How many of you want to become that thing you have been seeing? Do you know how many times you've looked at yourself in the mirror and be like, you know, before I started preaching, I saw it one day. I went in the front of the mirror. I was like, okay. I spoke to myself, possibly spoke to myself. And at some point, I wanted to check how my smile will look at the end. So I was planning how I would smile outside. So when you say, in fact, that was a desire. One thing have I desire. I want you to pray. And the prayer is simple. The Lord, strip me of the desires that wants to deny me the glorious inheritance. You can't continue like this. So many of you are living in lies. And some of you have taken the posture of Judas. There's nothing. Even when Jesus spoke and the 500 left, they say, this is too hard. Judas is like, Kai, Odeshi, not for me. I will stay. But there is no change. There is no readiness to change his mind. This one thing have I desire. You know the things you desire more than the Lord. You know it yourself. You don't need to be told. I'm not hearing you. I'm not going to push you to pray with my own tongues. You cannot leave me like this. If I'm going to take on this glorious inheritance, you must conquer me as you conquered Abraham. What I'm saying is that there is a test coming your way. The question is, will you pass like Abraham, or will you become a victim? Abraham passed. Jesus passed. John the Baptist passed. And we are speaking of them today. Are we going to speak about you in the next book of the Acts of Apostles that will be written? Because glorious inheritance is transgenerational. It echoes both in the spirit and in the histories of men. Strip me off the strange desires that has decided to abort God's divine promises. What God promised was Isaac. God did not promise Eliezer. What God promised was Isaac. He did not promise Ishmael. Oh, that I will not be the next person that will create the next problem for the next generations. Strip me off strange desires. Amen. Samahala. Hebrekos kefahati. Mombre giva hatano. Abrikos kesosali atana. Hebre koveliga supredivanate. Strip me off, strip me off. If I continue like this, I will end up with Eliezer. If I continue like this, my bus stop might be Ishmael. But there is one seed, just one. There is one promises that fulfill other promises of God in your life, but that promise is Isaac. Until your Isaac is born, there is no hope for Jacob. There is no hope for multiplication. Strip me off strange desires. Oh melamarate. Apreskofe mama. Deliver me from this addiction. Deliver me from the madness that I have inherited in my thought. Deliver me from pride. Self-glorification is hitting me up. The confirmation of men is what I am chasing. You cannot steal God promise. You cannot steal God purpose. Heaven is calling. Heaven is hearing. I am the answer to a prayer that has been made. I'm an answer to an intercession that was made. Wake up! Hey! Sabo Mokoria Tala. Escabelatami, Robe Keviate, O Semina Curia, Apreco Feminatala, Abena Cambrita, Umelakaya, Uapapaboa, Uatecapalata, Aprecapaboa, Uatecamenatami, Eruacapala, Saikobelatami, Ah, Samam. Deliver me from these strange desires. If you don't, I will kill. If you don't, I will continue this fight. Yes, yes, brother, surrender it, surrender it. There is only one thing you should desire, that I will dwell in the house of the Lord. That is the only thing. And I will behold the beauty of the Lord, and to inquire in his temple. This is the demand. Sabobo Mokoria, Hapapakombelatami, Erakapapaboa, Sakabela, Watikapalatua, Abrakapapaba, Sai, Erakapa, Esaikabelate, Membre Kabiatana, Evriakabala, Asamina Kadi, Rumekela, Escovemina Laita, Aprikaparatua, Wakapapaboa, Wapapapapapa, Wapapapapapa, hey! Pray. What he has shown you is not a lie, but there is a configuration, there is a shape, there are hindrance, there are strange desires. Oh my God. Hama Messiah, Wakekapalate Briatani, Ruka Papaboa, Escoviatano, Aikabala, Wade Cabriateni, Eradia Cabelato, Escaviata, Mante Cabriateni, Eruca Beliacoma, Manta Caviata, Semama, Aruka Bala, Wabe, Wapabo, Yakababa, Mante Briatala, Eruca Belate, deliver me from this strange desire. Abena Cabriatala, Eswakabea, that I might be a carrier of the glorious inheritance of God. What the Cabelate, Ebriacavana, Esaika Briscapala, Eruka Baminakani, Saya. Yes. So that your sacrifice can be accepted. next generation are waiting for you. You are the voice that they are waiting for, so that in your days of rising, it will not take you down. Yes. Oh Melakai, Hila Mama Samanaka, Hebrekevele Kosese, Hila Mama Zaino Kovela Hama. Ha 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 ha.